Good evening and welcome again to another edition of Resource PNG. This week we're in Tari, Hela Province. Now this week we have a cocoa special sent in by Edwin Fidelis all the way from Kokopo. Enjoy tonight's edition of Resource PNG.
I've come to the home of Eraman Tentita and Ugo Karogo at Kariba Plantation at Keravat in the Gazelle district of East New Britain Province. Eraman and Ugo own a little over a hectare of cocoa block in this plantation. In 2006, they noticed that their cocoa trees were suffering to a new disease. The pods have turned yellow with brown spots on the outer layer.
This is cocoa, yeah. EMTV come inside long. You look here. Binatan say come on the slab long. You call on named long. The slab long. I'm sorry, go inside. May come no named long.
The disease was caused by this moth, the cocoa pod borer moth. It lays its egg on the cocoa plant, then the larva hatch and burrows into the cocoa pods. They cause damage and the cocoa beans do not develop properly, resulting in the total loss of the pods, and heavy infestations can result in losses of up to 90% of the crop.
Now, Mr. Blow, Kariba, and place where CBB been break out longen, and even Karim sample blow cacao, we go CCI, and now only some declare motion. One pla, anemia, disaster, Ikama blow, it's new green low, industry of cacao. So, planting man only dislike katimo big plows and money blongol man, so only pine him hard low. Any living blongol, so time this is something come up and only try resort low sample something, plan him rise na, make him sample walk low, sustain him life blongol. So garden na planting mo, so we pla low sla lig walk me kirap him and me help him only pull him back interest like na ting blongol low walk.
Several months later, the disease spread swiftly and the entire cocoa industry in East New Britain was on the brink of collapsing.
Time only working re-education process sila cacao lo Kariba na all get have lo East New Britain and plenty of work long only no been successful. Plenty of farmer been give up. Only lose hope long this la cacao work lo cacao. So me long likely have me stop long and me. You see, sawe blomi, sawe mikisim long. This la a pilot project lo CCI and IPDM. So museum this la sawe long. Kirapin back cacao long here.
Cocoa trees were destroyed and cocoa farmers lost thousands of kina to the disease. A combination of high cost of insecticides and low cocoa prices forced farmers to switch to growing alternative cash crops. Others rely on subsistence gardening to generate a steady flow of income all year around.
So, all farmer only planting long only lose hope, only go all narap la walk only lose him all block long only run down. So, lo walk lo me commitment sacrifice me make him only give him all some all talk lo discourage me, but me put him hope na ting lo me lo walk lo cacao so me. Make him give him all the time na strong ting blomi long walk long cacao na mikirap him back.
But for Eraman and Ugo, they have been loyal to their cocoa blocks over the last 7 years. They said it hasn't been easy, especially when there were no solution to the disease.
Mipla pipe ante binatan, maski binatan ni kam tason mipla goyet. So all this la diklik. Elvin blow you me. One time. One lemia, cacao, mi play no slug langan. So lo, cacao em say come good lo mi play too long, Kariba. I know what one play, Elvin blong oli gam long ol pama na, ol lao na, lug long ol block lo mi play, no gat all kita. Time CTB come up oli gam lausim cacao lo mi play. That's la time. Only bam diglig once in the come me plus straight as lo cacao me plus. And this la time now I'm all loose up now you go now. No, thinking back me plus awesome. Me plus. Pamay olim. Province too ya.
Time only make him not sila. Maybe only no help him too much. Only give him lick help him ta solo me plus now only lose me plus stop. Long me play yet. Solo sawe na strong to hard lick money or when me play sim and me play. painim long strong lo mi play na mi play sem sawai be coming up today.
The cocoa disease also moved swiftly to other cocoa-producing provinces in the country. The autonomous region of Bougainville, Medang, Wewak, and even as far as Misima Island in Milne Bay Province, they all suffered loss to their cocoa businesses.
Because the majority comes from here, and when we heard about the pest here, pest is called cocoa pod borer. I think it's also attacked the cocoa growing provinces like East New Britain, West New Britain, also Mombasa areas. And it's here already. And what we are trying to do here is to contain this pest, making sure that it does not progress and destroy the industry on the island. I will break this one open and we'll see what's inside here. But you'll see that the inside part is already, the pest has already eaten up or the inside the beans, and then you'll see the bean is dried up. So I'll crack this one open and then we'll see what's on this one. So you can see now this this pot here and the beans inside are all dried already. For cocoa to be fermented, you need a lot of the mucilage inside, and they are the ones that do the fermentations. But when they are dried, you cannot ferment it, and so we can throw this one away. It's no use, and that's how we reduce the cocoa water production. It reduces, and most of the pods now we can see they are all not good, all dried up. You can see this one here. These are all. That's the older one. This is new. So that's how it. The eggs are put onto the water pods outside here, and the eggs heads out, and the larva digs inside, and it goes into the beans.
Coming up on Resource PNG, for the first time in almost 10 years, confidence within the cocoa industry is returning.
Farmers' confidence in cocoa farming has dipped in the past 8 years, as bringing the industry back to its feet seemed near impossible. Since the incursion of the cocoa disease, the government have pumped millions of kina into the eradication process, yet it achieved poor results.
So desla also we tuk ya. You know what? Edwin, we come inside lo mi plar pama. Inside lo isni Britain. Ating long samla wali help him. Na la yumi long kariba plantation ating nogat. You sim sabe blo mi playet. Na look out in kakao. Na kakao belum mipla, i good pla, na mipla sarim. Na kisi mani lan. Maski plus i come down, or 250 or i come down, plus long 8 mark i come down, tasa mipla no wari. Kakao igo.
But latest groundbreaking research and findings by cocoa agencies, based on the management rather than eradication of the disease, is expected to regain the lost confidence in the cash crop. One such is the Integrated Pest and Disease Management, or IPDM, introduced recently into the cocoa industry. It involves pruning, pest and disease control, shade tree management, and cocoa-tolerant varieties.
Mipla Orlando egmak baul kam. Suppose kakao belum mipla go planning finish. Mipla planning finish no time lo hours now. Okay, mipla Tokimol or farmer belum miplayet, mipla tok sabe longol ke selama rasinnya belum CPB, selama rasinnya belum mipla gibimol supply longol marasin belum rasimol CPB. Nah, mipla staff itu neserina. Mipla suppose mipla distributing finish or kakao belum mipla longol farmer, mipla kambian lo or awareness belum CPB now mipla Mipla soy mol one marasin blo rausim CPB, one marasin blo alpimol kakao ya by grow good. Mipla wet by mipla finishing paste mol distribution blo mipla yang ba mipla tok lo CPB.
In recent years, additional supports are coming from various stakeholders. One such is the productive partnership in agriculture projects. The implementers of World Bank projects have funded numerous cocoa rehabilitation work in villages to assist farmers rejuvenate their cocoa blocks.
Now we've got
Others, like Jack Duvia, a cocoa enthusiast, has taken cocoa rehabilitation work as a personal responsibility to encourage his countrymen and women not to give up in cocoa farming.
It was last year that when I was talking to different farmers, and at the same time with the team leader of the World Bank, John Moxon, who's in charge of the project, the World Bank project, which I believe that they got 280 million, to spend and to help the people in this province and Papua New Guinea. So, because I believe that cocoa should go back to its original status for the province here, I put my hands up. And I started this nursery without any financial help. It's virtually from cash flow from the company. Now we've got a capacity here of 156. We have 30,000 more to go.
Master Duvia owns this cocoa nursery along the Tokoa stretch in Kokopo that is started 2 years ago. He aims at supplying smallholder farmers with new hybrid clone cocoa seedlings tolerant to the disease.
We cannot sit back. We have to start tilling the soil back and put back this one, because that is the only crop, the two crop that is going to bring back the status from where it is now, with a lot of people getting poorer. Once they start with cocoa, it will fill their pocket again with money so that they can be able to do things that for the last 10 years, it's been very low.
He said cocoa farmers should now look into the future, but that will depend on the willingness of each farmer if they are eager to get back into the business.
And that's why a lot of people are getting poorer here, because mindset of a lot of people hasn't changed. We were doing 20,000 tons. And now we can go back, so long as everybody comes back to normal and work the cocoa block.
So now I'm coming up now, li talk to mipla or some long cocoa bot it talk some by mipla. This layer now, he come 2007, and by mipla kisim by plus block kakao one tap long 700 kina lo one block back. So mipla no sabe now, mipla pama tu no sabe now. By true yet or government it talk true. No gato, kay no sana.
Kasi now what block bag am amasle.
Now this la time 400 kina lo one plug bag. 410 some la time if kisim 410 kina. Some la time sabi come down 5 kina, 405 kina. Some la time sabi gonda karabi gonda ken by kisim 450. Then some la time by karabi come down. Na minus sabi now long this la until long. This la something until long overseas or kakao blomi say go long overseas lo world market ating isay looking kakao blomi play bagarab liglig na say drop him plus blomi play come down.
Coming up on Resource PNG, a cocoa bag produced by a smallholder farmer is expected to fetch between 500 kina and 1,000 kina by the year 2020.
At the EGMA cocoa processing facility at Talina in Kokopo, the cocoa mills are still functioning. Several hundreds of cocoa bags are processed and graded every day before they are stored away in this warehouse ready for export. It is one of the largest cocoa processing facility in PNG, exporting over 30,000 tons of cocoa every year. But in recent years, that figure has dropped significantly after the infestation of the disease brought the cocoa industry to a grinding halt.
We're starting from the lowest up to the better grade. This green marking is also an international color code for cocoa. This stands for reject. FAQ is the fair average quality or the export quality. When it doesn't meet the export quality or the FAQ, then it falls into the reject. It doesn't meet some of the standards that Cocoa Board has put in place. It doesn't meet things like it's a good quality cocoa. It's got maybe some small beans that does not meet the size which, the bigger size which Cocoa Board has put in place. It's either slaty or it's got internal mold or external mold. So, and that is rejected by the certified Cocoa Board assessors that we have here with the company, with Agmark Cocoa.
In the pre-CPB days, smallholder growers contributed about 60% of the total cocoa to this processing facility. But in the years following the downfall of the cocoa industry, the impact was disastrous. It affected both the cocoa price and its production.
In the cocoa inventory right now today, we find that most of the cocoa that we are now processing comes from our own plantations. The relative proportions, maybe 60% plantations, 40% smallholder. If you go back in time to pre-CPB days, it was up until 2008, most of the cocoa coming through the facility here came from smallholder producers, and that has been really badly affected.
This land by maximum land by 30 to 40 bags. Time I pull up straight come on top. So now I'm by you feeling them thickness belong them. I mean not thick too much. So I'm by less than 30 bags. This land. So time I come half layam by running 100. Time I come on top straight layam and pull up straight layam by 200 plus bags.
According to Agmark, it had revealed an indication of an increase in the demand for PNG cocoa in the world market by year 2020. Agmark's agriculture production manager, Graham McNally, said PNG cocoa market needs additional tons to meet the export demands, amounting to about 30,000 tons every year. To meet that demand, cocoa agencies such as the PNG Cocoa Board, Agmark and the Cocoa and Coconut Institute are making groundbreaking research, discovering new ways of sustainable cocoa farming despite the presence of the cocoa disease.
We believe the future is good. Global supply is impacted upon negatively for a number of reasons. Aging cocoa trees, aging cocoa farmers, and global supply is under pressure. We believe, and all indications are, that price is going to at least hold its current level in all probability, and we would like to think it will increase in the next few years because of the low supply. Supply is not meeting consumption. There's an increased consumption from this China, India. These big markets are opening up, and the manufacturers, the processors are looking for volume.
Though our volume is very low here in Papua New Guinea, the buyers overseas, they want our cocoa. They want our cocoa. The focus, the demand overseas is, just too much. We just can't meet their orders. We are not even halfway meeting their orders. But our quality is good.
Many farmers are reluctant to leave their cocoa blocks behind because of the CPB, but they said they need more support. The PNG cocoa industry has fallen into a recession since 2006, after the cocoa pod borer disease slashed the total export by half. Currently, PNG is only exporting 15,000 tons per year since the CPB infestation.
In the pre-CPB days, we would be expecting to export between 25,000 and something over 30,000 tons per year exported. In recent years, it's since 2008 really, it's just gradually that's fallen back to where we are now looking at less, or around 15,000 tons export per year. That's nationwide. That's nationwide.
AgMark estimated that between year 2020 and 2025, the cocoa industry in the country will be brought back to that stage it used to be before the cocoa pod borer incursion. Both the price and the export level will increase. Most of the contributions will come from smallholder cocoa farmers in the village. And what's more encouraging is the cocoa prices, where a dry bean cocoa bag like this will fetch between 500 and 1,000 kina.
The price today is improving, and that's encouraging people to get back into cocoa production as well. It looks good for the future, definitely.
And that ends this week's episode of Resource PNG. As always, if you'd like to contribute to the program, get in touch with us via email on resourcepng@mtv.com.pg. To view this edition again, log on to www.mtv.com.pg, where you can find a link to the Resource PNG page. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search for Resource PNG. Until the next time, I'm Mary Batulo, and this has been Resource PNG.